In this video, we're going to be talking about social media for photographers. So in a lot of ways, we are in like the golden age of photography. We're able to do so much more with our cameras. We have cameras that just blow away the cameras of the past. Not only because they're easy to use, they're quick to learn. We don't have to buy film anymore, but they're capable of doing amazing things. We can photograph the Milky Way. I couldn't do that in the film days. And another reason that we're in the golden age of photography is that we can have our images viewed by hundreds, if not thousands of people without the need to be published by a magazine. It used to be that in order for a landscape photographer to have this huge audience, you either needed to start a gallery and have people come to your little gallery and view your images on the wall, or you had to get published in some kind of magazine. Now we have things like social media. Social media is amazing for us landscape photographers because, we can start a page and people stumble across your work, people that don't even know you, and they can see it. And we can get our images out to thousands of people without the need of being famous, dropping thousands of dollars to open a gallery, or, getting our work published in a magazine. So I wanted to take a few moments to give you some of my tips for social media. Now, granted, I don't have huge, tremendous followings on social media. I think YouTube, I actually have by far the largest audience. But having said that, I have learned quite a few things from using social media. For one thing, I do lots of weddings, lots of portraits, and the only way that I ever advertise, the only way I ever market myself is with Facebook. If I shoot a wedding, I post teasers from that wedding to Facebook. I tag the bride and the groom and the groomsmen and the bridesmaids. I tag everybody that I can in those photos. And inevitably, posting those photos will lead to my next wedding. Somebody in the wedding party will see that they're getting married next year, and I'm in the back of their mind because they've seen my work. And then that will lead to the next shoot. For landscape photographers, it's excellent because there's so many different pages. Like, for example, I live in the Pacific Northwest, where there's like Pacific Northwest photography, photographers in the Pacific Northwest, just there's hundreds of pages probably designated to just photography of the Pacific Northwest. And that means that I can go and I can share some of my images on those pages and reach a completely different audience. I might have 50 people following my Facebook page, but I can go to this big popular Facebook page with 100,000 followers, post my image to it, and if they share it, then that's going to be 100,000 people that would have not seen my image before that are now going to see my image. So first tip is find pages that are designated to the area that your photographs are from. So if I travel to Hawaii, I'm going to go find a photography of Hawaii Facebook page, and then I'm going to share my images to that. And in that way, I'm going to reach a completely new audience. One of the other questions that always comes up when you're talking about social media is which social media platform is best for photographers. You have Flickr, which is kind of dead. You have Twitter, which who uses that other than Donald Trump? 500px, which is kind of Mark Adamus land. And then you have Instagram and Facebook, and those are pretty much the biggest ones. For me personally, I got my start on Facebook. I've done the majority of my image sharing on Facebook. It works really well because, you can tell a story along with your images. But Facebook has been doing a whole lot of restricting your reach, especially if you've started a photography specific page where they view you as a business. As soon as you become a business on Facebook, they want you to pay them to reach your followers. It's ridiculous. And I know why they do it. They need to make a buck, but it sucks for us as the photographers because I can post the same photo on my personal page as I do on my photography page. And even though I have quite a few more followers on my photography page, I'm going to reach a fraction of the audience that I would have on my personal page. So for that reason, I end up sharing far more to my personal page than I do on my photography page. But the problem is they limit you at 5,000 friends. So I'm never going to, reach more than 5,000 people. But I know that I am going to reach those 5,000 people. And that's a whole lot better than reaching the 50 that I might reach on my photography page. So that's a quick tip, is to have both and to post to both. If you post a photo on your photography page, share that image, tag yourself in that image, and share it from your personal page. That way you're reaching both audiences, but it's still going to be limited. In a lot of ways, Instagram has really been growing on me for a couple of reasons. It's completely photocentric. It's all about photography. It's all photos. Like, there's no big long stories. There's no big long political posts, which are getting really, really old on Facebook. I am so done with politics right now, but on Instagram, it's all about photos. And another benefit is that most people that use Instagram, they're using it to photograph their dinner or their kids playing. It's very much people with cell phones running Instagram. But that means that a good photographer can really stand out on Instagram, because if you're scrolling through your feed and you're seeing, oh, spaghetti, oh, kids playing, just miscellaneous selfies, and then you see this really amazing image come across, you're going to pause, you're going to stop, and you're going to like it. And for that reason, I feel like photographers can really dominate Instagram because it's so photocentric. The downside is it displays your image so small. I wish that it doesn't work very well if you're, viewing from a PC or, your big home computer. It's not for that. It's only on mobile. So it's not the most ideal way for people to see your images, but a lot of people are going to see your images. With a smaller following there, I typically reach a little bit more with my following there than I do on Facebook, because Facebook has begun to limit your reach. So Instagram is great for reaching a new, larger audience. 500px. 500px definitely displays your image really, really well. It used to display it even better, but they've kind of dialed back some of the quality. But the problem is, as a new photographer, it's really, really hard to break through. I've found that no matter how much I feed 500px, no matter how good my photo is or how good I think it is, it's never going to go viral, because it's the only people that really get lots of views on 500px are people that already have a large following. It's really hard to break into it and to create a large following now. And it hasn't always been that way, but it's just kind of the way the algorithms are working now. So I can't really recommend 500px. Flickr, as I said, it's a nice way to store photos, but it's dead. And then Google Plus, it's definitely dead. It's gone forever. So to me, it really is Facebook and Instagram. So, okay, so some tips to reaching people and to being successful on these platforms is, you need to feed it. You need to post consistently. I know that there's lots of photographers out there that post a photo like once a month, or even less. Granted, it might be an amazing photo, but eventually, that people are going to forget about you, and you don't want that. So you got to feed it. You got to post consistently. People like Michael Shainblum, he's an amazing photographer. He's got a huge following. I think he's over 700,000 followers on Facebook, and that is pretty huge. And it's because he posts a photo every single day. One photo every single day. Being consistent is key. Also, people want to get to know you and the person behind the camera. Don't just turn your photo page into just a picture only thing. Don't turn it into a business page. Don't be very salesman-y. Be real. Be yourself. People want to know the person behind the camera. So post like behind the scenes stuff, or do some live videos from your photo shoots, or post a video of you editing, or, post teasers saying, hey, I'm coming out with a new image today, and like post some behind the scene picture of your monitor as you're editing, and stuff like that gets people excited. It makes them feel like they know you as a person. And ultimately that's what they want. They're not following you on social media just for your amazing photos, because there's probably someone else out there that's better than you anyways. But what they are following you on social media for is you. So add some personality, add, who you actually are to your Facebook or to your Instagram. Give people some behind the scenes, special, access to you. And that's why people are actually following you on social media. Okay. Hopefully this has been useful. I know it's just kind of a rant. If you guys want to follow me, you can follow me on Instagram, Instagram.com/Nick Page Photography, or you can go over to Facebook, Nick Page Photography, Facebook, Nick Page Photography, and you can follow me there. Those are the two main places I post. Go send me a like, send me a message, whatever, and I'll follow you guys back. All right. Thank you guys so much, and I'll catch you later. Bye-bye.